What's up, Online Empire Academy? I'm Joshua Woodward, and I am here with the very fun Scanner Monkey crew. You guys, introduce yourselves.
Ladies first.
Okay. I'm Cordelia. How come my picture never goes up there?
It's up, I promise. You're
I
good.
can see your picture.
It's all about me. No, I'm Cordelia Blake. I help run Scanner Monkey. I've been an online seller for about 2 years, and I don't know. I help with our weekly shows. I have a background in education. I've had several businesses before this one, so I don't know what else you want to know about me.
That's
awesome.
Perfect. I love it.
I'm a monkey.
That's right.
And
Cordelia
I was predestined to work in Scanner Monkey because Monkey Day, which is National Monkey Day, is on my birthday.
Would you look at that?
What day is that, Cordelia?
It's December 14th.
Remind everybody what day that is.
If anyone wants to make a note now so they can send me a present.
There we go.
For 2 reasons. 1, it's Monkey Day, and 2, it's the birthday of Cordelia. So.
Yep. And
By the way, mine's tomorrow, just so you know. I'm going to expect a little something from you.
Oh, that's good to know. The Empire, it's
right.
tomorrow.
So. Amazon does overnight shipping, right?
When is this airing, by the way? You need to let your people know that Jay Bayne's birthday is July 31st.
There we go. So everybody, it's July 31st. So
I'll be
Jay,
32 years old.
Perfect.
33.
So Jay, who are you? Let the Empire know.
Who am I? Well, I'm the founder of Scanner Monkey. I founded it back in October of 2013. So we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary. Against all odds, we've been around for almost 2 years in the Scanner Monkey group. So I founded this back in 2013. I've been an online seller since 2012, so going on 3 years, selling on Amazon. Went straight into Amazon. I didn't do the eBay thing, and I, like many others, stumbled across it through Chris Green's book, the Retail Arbitrage book, and saw an opportunity to make some extra dough over and above my day gig, which is a wine supplier. I've been selling wine for 20 years now. God Lord, 20 years that I've been a wine supplier rep or a distributor rep. So that's something that's very near and dear to my heart. Avid wine drinker, cork dork, whatever you want to call it, and yeah. So, and now I'm selling wine accessories wholesale. So I just started dabbling in that, and I sell a little bit of everything. So I'm like Cordelia. I'm kind of a widget salesperson. So,
very cool.
From toys to kitchen items to clothing to shoes. I mean, we're all ungated in like every category. So just whatever's going to make some money, we're there.
Come on.
And we share those tips and strategies about how to make money selling all those items in the Scanner Monkey group. So we're a nice little hub. As a matter of fact, I'll give you our 1-sentence mission statement that I have memorized, that I say every single time somebody says, "What is Scanner Monkey?" Well, Scanner Monkey is a hub for online sellers to access and share FBA-related tips, strategies, resources, discounts, and of course BOLOs, and a fun and supportive environment. Emphasis on fun and supportive. So we have a lot of fun, and it's a very supportive group. So that's what we're all about in Scanner Monkey. There's my plug.
And we're very much about the abundance mentality. So we're very much about there's enough for everybody, so we all help each other.
That's right.
So cool. I obviously, you guys, for those of you who are watching this video, you know that they love product placements. I love you guys' glasses. That's so good.
Yeah, I'm taking mine off now. It's hard to see through these.
Yeah.
We love monkeys. Our monkeys give us presents.
That's good. So if you guys
Product
on Empire Academy,
if I showed you working on my Macintosh, that would be product placement.
There you go. Well,
don't forget to buy our book, available on Amazon, Scanner Monkey Way. That's product placement.
There you go.
I'm so happy to have you guys on. You guys already has been so much fun. So one of the things that obviously the group knows about me is I am an avid scanner. I scan everything whenever I go out. I'm huge on sharing content. I'm huge on giving the best content out there. And when I was looking you guys up, and you know, Cordelia, we were talking before about everything that you guys have produced and created is is totally surrounded around this idea of a group and a community. And, you know, I was like, at first I was like, oh, this is an app. This is so cool. Like, what does their app do? And then, you know, Cordelia was telling me it's not an app. And it's so much more than, you know, just a group. This is an incredible sharing program and a platform where it is a community, which is so what the Online Empire Academy is, and so much of what we want to grow. So I want to know, how in the world did this thing get started?
Well, actually, we don't call ourselves a community. We call ourselves a tribe. We are a very close-knit community. So when we refer to the group, we refer to them as tribe members. So, and that is another term for a group of monkeys, by the way. You can call them a tribe, or you can call them a troop. But ultimately, this thing all started. This has been something that I've been working on almost a year before I actually launched the group. I mean, if you want to go back to the catalyst for this thing, it was over 2.5 years ago. Actually, November of 2012 is actually, I can trace it back to that month when things were a little different in the Facebook world. The landscape was a little different. There wasn't as much of the abundance mentality out there like there is now. I think it's a lot more prevalent now, but back then, most people saw each other as competition. I look at it as co-opetition. We can help each other out, and we can all grow our businesses together. But I put a post up in another group, Scam Power, which was, you know, one of the first FBA groups that I joined, and I highly recommend it. If you're not in the group, definitely join. But I put up a post asking a question about a specific toy and why Amazon themselves did not invest in that toy, why they were not on that listing. And that was a Doc McStuffins toy. And this is like 3 years ago. So a Doc McStuffins doll. And I was just, I wanted to know, why is Amazon not on this listing? There's 150 sellers on this listing, but Amazon's not on here. All the sellers are tripling their money because it's hard to find in the toy stores out there. And I just got flamed after I put up this post. People were saying, you know, how dare you out a product that I'm selling? You know, you just brag and you want to look cool that you made so much money on this product, and that nothing could be further from the truth. I literally wanted to know, how can I protect myself when Amazon gets on that product and then they undercut everybody on there? And that was my intention. And so, you know, I put up this post and I kind of forgot about it. And I came back a couple hours later, and there was like 100 comments on this thing, and it was just like, how dare you out my product? And I wanted to delete the post immediately. And of course, at this time, you know, Chris and I had already developed a relationship, so I actually called him up on the phone. I said, hey, you know, can I delete this post, because I'm just getting all kinds of abuse, not only publicly but privately, over this post, and it's kind of hurting my feelings here. I want to go, lay down in the shower in the fetal position and cry. You know, so, you know, Chris, like, no, this is an important conversation that we need to have. We need to talk about this, and we need to talk about sharing, you know, what constitutes a BOLO, or a, you know, product that you be on lookout for. What really constitutes that? You know, if it's an item that's, you know, widely available on every end cap of every Walmart in the country, that's not really a BOLO, you know? So you're not really sharing any trade secrets here. So people kind of, it was a very divisive topic. People were on both sides of it. And so, you know, I kind of defended myself a little bit in the post. I said, you know, out of respect for Chris, I'm going to keep this up. I think the post is still there, and it's like 400 comments at this point.
Wow. And every now and again, it pops back up again. And
yeah, it's like an annual thing now. Hey, remember this? Yes, I do remember that. But it was a good thing. It was like, you know, something positive came out of it, because what I started doing was I started tracking the people that shared the same abundance mentality that I had. And it's like, you know, hey, he's asking a question, and it's a legitimate question, and this is a product that's, you know, was featured on the Kelly and Michael show, for God's sakes. It's not like it's a big secret. Everybody knows about this thing, you know. So I started, you know, people were, as many hate mails and PMs as that I received through Facebook, I also received a lot of support. And so I just started kind of collecting these names and talking with these people behind the scenes. And then in October of 2013, I pulled the trigger on Scanner Monkey as a group where we could all hang out together. We could share tips and advice, and I dangled it out there because I was still a little gun shy about saying we can share BOLOs after what happened that during that first post, and so I dangled it out there and maybe share a few BOLOs. The first 2 weeks after posting that thing, and Chris Green and me were the first 2 members, and then it was Brian Vino. And then we ended up getting like 600 members in like 2 weeks' time.
Oh my God.
And it just exploded. First 2 weeks, there was probably an average of 20, 30, 40, 50 BOLOs shared per day. People were finally we have a place where we can share this information. It started as a free group. And once we saw the value in this thing, I said, we need to start charging for this to kind of make sure the right people are in the group and that people are invested in the group. And so we started with like a very low dime a day price of $36.50, 10 cents times 365 days a year. That was our opening price a month after we had started Scanner Monkey. When I say we, it was me, and then Chris Green was nice enough to put a post in Scanpowers like, hey, if y'all are interested, go over to Jay's Scanner Monkey group. So I owe a lot of success to him. And then, of course, Cordelia, I met her. Cordelia, was it like a month or maybe 2 months after?
I was not a founding member because I was still a pretty new seller at that point. But I saw that post in ScanPower where Chris posted, hey, join Scan. And then I joined Scanner Monkey, and I had that experience, the negative experience. Somebody posted a whole bunch of boxes filled up, and they said, I'm sending these off to Amazon. And at the time, I was kind of a new seller, and I was like, what's in those boxes? Like, how do you fill up 50 boxes with stuff? And the response I got was money. And I was like, that just made me mad. I had no idea. I was like, what does that mean? And so I joined Scanner Monkey, and I loved it because I'm very much about, from my own professional background and personal background, about being positive and sharing and helping each other. And I used to be a teacher and a trainer, so that's all part of that. And so I just started out as just a member, and then when he charged the $36.50 to me, I was like, that's a no-brainer, and I signed right up. And then there was some posts where there was some negativity. And so I, just being my loudmouth self, sort of stepped in just as a member, and I was like, hey, let's keep it positive. We're all here to help each other. And so I think Jay appreciated that. And then it was the BOLOs that kind of got us started. The BOLOs is what brought us together, right, Jay?
Yeah, because Cordelia was sending me PMs at the time saying, hey, let's try to figure out a better way to archive these BOLOs, because there were so many. You couldn't keep up with it. If somebody posted it at 8 a.m. in the morning, by 2 in the afternoon, good luck finding that BOLO, because there was just so much traffic in our group. And there still is to this day. We have a special page on our website just for Facebook hot links that we call them. Because sometimes somebody will share like a really valuable piece of information or a BOLO or whatever, and we would post those on our website. But there was no website at the beginning, and that's where Cordelia kind of came in with her background in developing websites. And so she's like, hey, why don't we figure out a web page or a blog where we could archive these BOLOs, that people could find them a lot easier. They can be categorized by store or product category, what have you. So we started brainstorming some ideas, and finally it just got to be where my fingers were tired of typing back and forth with Cordelia. I was like, you know what, just call me. Let's just get on the phone together. And I remember the day that we first had our first conversation, I was actually shopping in Target. I was sourcing with my then 4-year-old daughter, and I'm walking around, I'm looking for stuff, and she's calls me then and there, and I ended up spending 2 hours walking around talking on the phone and pretending to put stuff in the cart, but not really focusing on that, because I was so focused on all these great ideas that we were coming up with together. Okay, how can we put this together, and what website could we do? And then of course, before I even started the group, I actually bought the domain name scannermonkey.com and the variations of that, and I trademarked the name Scanner Monkey kind of behind the scenes before. So if you'll notice, in the background, I don't know if it's probably not big enough to see, but it's like has the letter R next to it. It's a registered trademark now, and so but the website was already there. I just needed to put it to use, and so that's what we did. We came up with the BOLOG, which Cordelia's son Alex came up with the name BOLOG from combining BOLO with blog, so BOLOG. So it was a great name, and it stuck, and so it's still there, and we have over 2,000 BOLOs that are archived in the BOLOG right now.
That is so
and
amazing.
Really, from those first conversations that Jay and I had, we have a very synchronistic, if that's a word, relationship. Like we have a great connection, and
symbiotic too.
Symbiotic, thank you.
Her strengths are my weaknesses, and vice versa. We definitely are a good match.
And it's also really good too because we're both really busy, and running a dynamic and active group and keeping it valuable and keeping up with everything, it takes a lot of work. So we're both able to devote ourselves to the group and provide that much more value to the members. But it all started because Jay wanted to put all the BOLOs in a spreadsheet that everybody had access to.
Bad idea.
And I was like, don't do it! It's gonna crash!
Yeah.
And initially, I just was helping him just because I like the group and I just wanted to be helpful. And then that kind of led one step to another to now where I'm whatever I am. What am I now? The Queen Monkey?
Queen Monkey.
I don't know.
I'm King Kong and you're Queen Monkey.
That's right. And we have a great time together, and Jay's such a great person to work with. I love it.
And vice versa. Absolutely.
So that's how it all started, and then it just the group has really evolved, kind of like a combination of as our own community evolved, and as the whole, I would say, at least my little piece of what I see, the online selling world has evolved. Because even in the last 2 years, it's changed a lot, and so we keep growing and evolving to meet what our members need to help them be successful.
That's so cool. I gotta take a second. Like it's all so cool. Like, I mean, you guys both were doing different things. You know, you're both parents, you both were working, you both were doing all these things. And it's just so cool to hear like kind of the story. I mean, every person I've interviewed, there was a necessity, there was something out there that needed to change, and somebody just chose to do it. And I think it's so cool that you guys both, it was a negative experience, and you chose to take the negative experience and make it a positive experience, and learning from that process. I mean, you guys are obviously excited about what you do, and I absolutely love that. I mean, is
it that obvious?
just a little bit. Yeah. But I love that. I love that you actually care about what you do. I think that's so fun, and I mean, it's something that I've been talking to the group about, of like, pair your passions with your work, and introduce what you're best at, and I love that that's exactly what you guys have done. I mean, for Jay, you've continued selling wine. Like, that's something you enjoy and something that is part of your passion, and you've paired that and chosen to have other means of income at the same time. I love that. I love that there's been a continuing of that. One of the questions I had for you guys was, there's been so much talk about these BOLO groups and stuff, but why? The question comes to my mind of like I understand why we share our content, but why would you archive the content? Like, what is the importance for you guys of keeping a historical archive of all of this information? What is it that you guys are drawn to?
Do you mind if I take this one? Because I actually just talked about this in the group this morning. I posted something this morning where every day we try to have a different theme to the day. Like today, of course, is Throwback Thursday, as it is for a lot of people on Facebook. And so we have so many new members in our group, and it's constantly evolving and growing. I mean, we're close to 1,700 members now, which is not bad for a paid group, in my opinion. And it's people have joined from 6 months ago, 3 months ago. They missed the post about the BOLOG from a year ago or a year and a half ago or whatever. So we try to bring these things around again, and as a reminder to the current members that have been there for a while, the founder monkeys as we call them, and also for the newbies that say, hey, I just joined last week and I'm overwhelmed with a massive amount of content that you have between your Facebook group and your website. And so, when we started the BOLOG, and we're adding new BOLOs there. We have a VA that's their only job is to just add BOLOs to the BOLO. Well, actually, we've added a few tasks for the VA, but
the BOLOs are crowdsourced from our group, so we don't have like somebody going out and
it's
finding
not all
deals
coming
for
from
us. But he just transferred them into the BOLOG. So the membership generates the BOLOs.
So this
and we
is
always give that
literally people
member
are posting
credit
this.
for so it's our members that are posting it. And so what we do, one of the best things about having this archive of BOLOs, it's, in my opinion, and I think Cordelia will agree with me on this, it's not about the actual BOLOs. And it's not about going out and just like searching around Walgreens to find that jellyfish sting ointment, which I always love using that as an example because I would never in my wildest dreams look for jellyfish sting ointment. But if you buy it for $4 at Walgreens, it's selling for $30 on Amazon. There's a free BOLO for you. So it's not about just finding that specific brand name and that specific item. It's about opening your eyes to new categories and new products and new lines that you would have never even thought about. I mean, I was very much pigeonholed into I was all about toys when I got started because that was the easiest route. It's ungated. I've got 3 kids. I know toys. I got toys out the wazoo in my house. Nickelodeon's about the only thing that's ever on TV, so I see all the commercials that come on. I know what's popular. So, I mean, it was all about Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and now I'm like selling everything. You know, toys are just a small groceries, health and personal care, clothing, shoes, you name it. But again, it's like I get as much from this group as anybody does. I mean, I always say I'm not only proud to be the founder of Scanner Monkey, I'm proud to be associated with all the people in the group. We have so many amazing, we call them Alpha Monkey members. You know, I get very passionate when I talk about the group because there's just so many incredible people that are in a lot of different groups now. But, you know, when they share all the information and we put it in the BOLOG, it's about people, when they go to the BOLOG, I want them to get new ideas from that and not just look for, okay, this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure, Donatello, that's the one I need to find. No. Go there and look for everything around that. I mean, if you can't find it, okay, if you can find it, great. But if you can't find it, you're in an area of the store maybe you wouldn't have looked at otherwise. And you can look for other things. The rabbit trails, as Chris Green likes to call them. Look for the other things that are also profitable. So that's what I'll say about the archived BOLOG. Cordelia, if you want to throw something else on there.
Is that a lot of times, you know, I get a little bit of the shiny object syndrome, you know, like, ooh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, I want to buy this, I want to source this. And so there's plenty of deals which people, you know, maybe that was hot like 6 months ago or a year ago, and then the price tanked, right? Because that happens.
Yeah.
It just happens when enough of the product becomes available, whether it's through our group or wherever, you know, the price goes down and meets market adjustment and blah, 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 that financial stuff, right? But now, fast forward to a year, if you go back in the BOLOG, some of those things are really valuable again. Because most of us with the shiny object syndrome have moved on to other things. Huh. And so we had one member, Anna Hill, who has her own great group called Accounting We Will Go, who she actually, because she's like a numbers person, so she like went back and she found like $150 BOLO from our BOLOG from like near the beginning that she had just paid like a couple bucks for. So, you know, these, especially the hard to find toys and things like that, the value doesn't necessarily go, you know, it might tank for a while, but then it comes back up again. Yeah. And then the database, a lot of times people get frustrated. As the group has grown, we have less BOLOs. People are hesitant to share with 1,600 people what they were willing to share with 100, right?
Totally.
And, but the ones we have now, they really are truly hard to find. So it's like a discontinued product or something that's really unusual and hard to find. But like Jay said, it's an education. If you go through and you don't learn something from looking at the BOLOG, you're not trying hard enough, because there's always, you know, just so many BOLOs just open, like the jellyfish thing. Another one for me was there was a makeup kit that was made from the Disney.
Yes.
The
Elf.
What's it called? It was a Halloween
ELF,
item.
I thought was.
It was like the Disney bad guys, like the lady. I can't think of the
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil, and it was a makeup
bad
kit.
octopus on Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and they came out at Halloween, but they were in the makeup department.
Mm.
But they, at the end of Halloween, they got clearanced out by almost every drugstore because they were considered a Halloween item. But most people who were buying them, because they were appealing to women, not like to kids dressing up in costumes, they still wanted them. And so we were buying them for $6 and flipping them for 40. But I never would have thought to look in the cosmetics department for a seasonal product.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
So the smaller picture was that item, right? But the bigger picture was sometimes in the makeup department they have Halloween stuff that's for like not for kids, but not for costumes, but for people who are dressing up, you know, or like. And so there's seasonal items in all different departments. Like the jellyfish thing obviously is going to be a summer thing, so that's going to probably get clearanced out. But there's plenty of people who take vacations in the winter who probably need jellyfish ointment. So, you know, those kind of things, like I came in too from toys because I had a previous business where I sold toys. And so I didn't know about any of that stuff. So that's why we archived it. And the information, I mean, you know, now we have we do a weekly webinar. Every Thursday night we interview different people.
That's right. You're not the only one with a TV show. We've got one too.
We got a show, and our show is, I'll give a little plug, it's Thursday nights at 9 Eastern Time. It's free when it's on live, and then the replays are for Scanner Monkey members only. So anyone can tune in live, and it's if you go to our Facebook page, which is also free, not the group, but the page, you can find out what the week's topic is and what the show is. But so now we have an archive of almost a year and a half of shows that we've done with just top sellers.
We're above 70 shows right now, 70 videos. We even
had your very own Brett Bartlett on our show.
That's right.
Woo!
Yeah. Talked about how to hire people to do sourcing. So we have people come in, and so when you join, you don't just get today's content, tomorrow's content. You get all the content from the last year.
Yep.
So
or a year and a half, or 2 years, whatever, how long it's been.
A lot of shows, a lot of great shows on there too. Absolutely.
One of the things that's pretty amazing to me, you know, is thinking about, man, you guys have such a huge group, and people are still sharing BOLOs, and that's, I mean, I you know, there's so many groups out there that I'm a part of, and see this kind of stuff happening, and I think what's so cool is you guys are passionate about it, and that you're passionate about, like I said before, that you're passionate about the BOLOs, and like, you know, it was super intriguing to me that you guys kept the archives, and because that is something that I've gone back on these other pages and gone back, you know, a year, and then found an awesome deal that's still selling hot, and I think that's so cool and such an amazing resource. I want to get into my favorite part of the show. This is something that I love to hear.
I have to interject one little thing here.
Totally.
We've talked a lot about BOLOs, but I want to say that Scanner Monkey is not a deal group. So since we've started Scanner Monkey, I would say, become, there's groups you join, and all you do is you pay to get deals. And that's great. I'm not, and we even have a deal service that we developed because people wanted help finding deals, which is Cyber Monkey Deals. But Scanner Monkey it's a networking community group. We give discounts on services. We help each other, and the BOLOs are like a small piece of that pie. So I just don't want people joining and expecting to get like a shopping list every day, because that's totally. Great. But we will absolutely provide value, and we do have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if people join and they're just like not into it, we'll just give them their money back. No big deal.
I love it. That's so
right.
Well,
and I would just add one more thing to that. I mean, the discounts alone.
Yeah,
you're getting all kinds of, but you're getting attacked by plugs right now, aren't you? But I will say this. I mean, you know, there's a cost associated with a lot of great things out there, and there's a lot of great things available for FBA sellers. Well, if you add up the discounts that we provide, and the cool thing about being part of Scanner Monkey is, you know, I started with a program, Cyber Monkey Deals, that's all about online arbitrage, and you can even use it for retail arbitrage. You know, it's new deals every day, 5, 10, or 25, depending on which level you want. It's cybermonkeydeals.com. And if you're a member of Scanner Monkey, you get a discount to that. If you're a member of Scanner Monkey, you get a discount for App Eagle, Repricer, Feedback Genius for, you know, feedback solicitation, Tax Jar. There's a lot of different things, and we're not like associated with any of these groups, and we don't have our own proprietary software, so we can get discounts to a lot of different programs and courses and FBA related products out there that maybe somebody else that has a group won't do because they have their own software or their own course or whatever. We go after every discount we can find, and if you add up those discounts, it's 10 times more than what you would pay to be, at least, to be a scanner monkey. You know, you pay your $19.99 a month to be a scanner monkey, or $199 a year, saving a couple months. But you can get $199 worth of discounts easy in your first month to services you may already be using. So that's something that I always want to throw that out there.
Merchant Words, which is usually $30 a month, we get for $9 a month. We have just the discounts Jay mentioned. We have just incredible discounts. Books, if there's a resource that people need, like there's a really good book on Amazon listings, we get it for 40% off. So,
do we have one for Brett Bartlett?
We don't have a generic one yet. But we do actually. I think
right now.
REA's class, REA is one of our founder monkeys. REA's Time Tempest class, which he did with you guys, we do get a discount on that. So, but we don't have like a generic Brett Bartlett Online Empire Academy course discount yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to him. I mean, you guys have some incredible resources. I mean, obviously, you know, the Empire, you guys are hearing, you know, the value of what you're getting. I think it genuinely is incredible. Before you guys continue, I want to jump into...
Let's let Josh talk now.
Yeah, let's let Josh talk. He's the interviewer, right?
This is why, man, I love you guys. Have been awesome. My favorite part of the show is kind of, I like to ask every person that comes on the top do's and don'ts. What are the things that you would say, hey, please, like, you know, if you're going out and doing this, if you're joining our group, here are the things that we want you to do every single week, or, you know, here's what we need you to do, or would love you to do, and here are the things that we need you not to do. So if each of you could give me just 2 of the do's and 2 of the don'ts, I would love to hear.
You mean like as online sellers or with our group?
With your group.
Oh, okay.
Don't post spam in our group. That'd be top. I mean, I think that's with most groups. And the thing is, we promote a lot of products in our group. And I emphasize the word if here, big if Cordelia or I find it to be of value to our group, and generally we will ask for a discount. It's like, okay, it's fine, come to me with a book or a course, whatever, and if I think it's a value, and a lot of times it just has to do with the credibility of the person that's coming to us with. Like if Chris Green was to come to me, it's like, I've got this new product, whatever, you just post it. You got carte blanche, post whatever, because you bring so much value to the FBA community. But if we find it a value, then we'll post it. But don't post anything without going through Cordelia or myself first. So that would be the top don't. And then don't.
That's like a referral to something. You can post your own posts without checking with us.
Right. And I would say to participate. That's always the big one. I mean, you know, ask lots of questions, no matter how dumb you think they may be. You know, ask questions and do form. And this is the big thing. Like Cordelia said earlier, you know, we've kind of evolved. It used to be more about the BOLOs with us. Now it's more about the networking. Our group has launched. I'm going to say it. I'm going to confidently say this. We have launched more mastermind groups out there, I bet you, than any other group around. Mm-hmm. We have facilitated communication between our group members, our tribe members, you know, as far as like local meetups. We have a document. If you live in Atlanta, here's a great meetup group. Cordelia heads it up. If you're in Houston, where I live, I do local meetups as well. If you are in New York, here's another meetup group. Like, we can all get together, have lunch together, break bread, talk deals, go out sourcing, go hit a TJ Maxx or Marshalls or whatever. We do that all the time, and we encourage that. And when people's like, hey, I just PM so-and-so, and we're going to start our own group, is that okay with you? Heck yeah, I want you to do that. I mean, there's been so many mastermind groups that have formed from the networking that goes on in our group, either publicly in the group or people just PMing each other behind the scenes. So do network and ask lots of questions. I guess that would be 2, right? Network and ask lots of questions. That would be my top 2, and then the don't is the spam, and don't be shy. That would be my second one. And I know that's tough. Sometimes, this is a job for introverts. You're not working in an office with, 30, 40 other people and hanging out at the water cooler, and that's kind of another reason I started Scanner Monkey. It's kind of a fun place to hang out and tell funny stories about what happened when you're out sourcing your 20 targets that day or whatever. But, I mean, you gotta get out of your shell sometimes and just put yourself out there. And again, in the past, maybe people were shy because ooh, last time I asked a question, I kind of got jumped on by the other members of the group. But that doesn't happen in our group. We try to remain. We're about 99.9% drama free. And every once in a while, some slips through the cracks. Usually when I'm on vacation. But it's just put yourself out there. And you may think you have nothing to offer. It's like, I'm brand new to FBA. I've only been doing this a couple of weeks. Everybody's got a skill. Everybody's got a talent. Cordelia is amazing with web design and technological stuff. She knows how to organize things. I mean, I knew nothing about Google Drive. If it wasn't for Cordelia, I would have never used that. And she's like, hey, why don't we share documents using this? I was like, why have I not been doing this for the last 30 years of my life, So there's always something that you can lend. Everybody's got their own skill. Everybody's got their own talents. And it may be something as simple as photo editing. I can help you with better photos for your Amazon listing, So put yourself out there. That'd be my second do. So I'm going to turn it over to Cordelia, whichever side she is on the speaker view, and let her tell you her do's and don'ts.
So, of course, do join and participate. The more you participate, and even if, some people don't necessarily want to post their own posts in the Facebook group, but they're great about answering and other people, somebody else posts a question and they answer. And so the more that you participate, the more value you get. Now, we do, having said that, we have lurkers who've talked to me and they said, I'm a lurker, I've been reading every post for a year and I love it. So you don't have to be out there. I really encourage people to reach out to other sellers. So whether it's a shared seller thing or like I've reached out to a couple other sellers because I'm a mom and I do this business, and I just there's some, you hear people say things like, I work 16 hours a day sourcing out. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Seriously.
There's no 16-hour stretch where I'm doing any one thing ever, And so I reached out to some other moms who were successful and they were so generous, and now we're friends. Now we're friends. Now when I see them, I get a big hug, So it so goes beyond business networking. It's like you develop genuine relationships with people. It starts with PMs, and then you have phone calls.
Yep.
And I have people that I've met through Scanner Monkey that I'm sure I will be friends with for the rest of my life. And I can't say that about any one of the other business networking groups I've ever been involved in.
That's a good point.
So reach out to people, PM people. Hey, I see you're a mom. Hey, I see you're, whatever. You're in Texas. I'm in Texas. Whatever you however you connect with people, connect with them. Do not, I guess just...
Do not cross Cordelia.
Yeah. Yes.
Do not get on her bad side.
I'm a little short-tempered sometimes. Now, I'm positive. I'm a positive person. Don't join and then do nothing. Obviously, if you don't join the Facebook group and you don't watch the videos and you don't do any, you're not going to get any value. So even if you're not an active participant, you do need to look at stuff and read stuff and listen to stuff and
Right. We have actually had people do that. Just join for the website, and that's it. And it's like, hey, why aren't you in the Hey, I want to quit. Why you're not even in the Facebook group? I just saw that you're not in the
Yeah.
Oh, you have a Facebook group? We've only sent you 3 emails about it. Yes, we have a Facebook group. And then they joined the Facebook group. It was like, oh wait, I'm going to stick around. This is good stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely participate.
Don't just do nothing. And I would also say don't. I don't know. If you have a problem or a question, don't keep it to yourself.
There you go.
That's really good.
Don't suffer in silence.
Well, this is, man, it's been it's been super good. Like I love, again, I love your guys' passion. I love that you're passionate about what you're doing. You're excited about what's happening and excited about your group and the content that's being brought. I think that that's something that we've worked so hard in our group to produce an environment like you guys have created. And give me just, we have a few more minutes left. Give me your ending words of wisdom. Like, what are the things that before Scanner Monkey existed, before all this existed, what do you wish you had known?
Before Scanner Monkey?
Before Scanner Monkey, before any of it, what is your words of wisdom? I feel like...
Oh, wow. Take chances. Take lots of chances. This is, in my opinion, it's not really a business for people that are risk averse, and you've got to keep putting yourself out there. You've got to keep trying different things, experimenting. I mean, I fail a lot. I fail way more than I succeed with FBA, with pretty much everything I've ever done. I mean, I have a resume I could send you of lots of failures, peppered with lots of failures, but you just got to keep, I keep saying that over and over again, putting yourself out there. But I mean, ultimately, just take some risks, diversify, get into different channels, get ungated, try different things. Don't just don't assume that it's like, hey, this is going pretty well, and I'm just sourcing at this one store, and I'm happy with that. I'm making good money, and boom, all of a sudden you're not finding as much as you used to find, and you're having to like start something else up. I've always got like 3 or 4. I mean, I'm kind of like the king of juggling stuff. I'm multitasking like crazy, day job and Scanner Monkey and Cyber Monkey deals, and I'm growing my FBA business. I'm getting wholesale connections. So there's always something going on. And so I keep taking risks with different things and trying different things. Some succeed, some succeed, but just different things, and things will work out. And then I guess part of that is that I've surrounded men, and I say this. Cordelia and I wrote the book Scanner Monkey Way, and I say this probably 3 or 4 times throughout the book. Surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, and I've certainly done that with Scanner Monkey. There's lots of brainiacs in that group, Cordelia included, high on that list. And I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have the connections with these very smart, very helpful people that are looking out for others' best interest. So that's a big thing with me, is that the right partnerships with the right people, surrounding myself with just positive-minded, full of wisdom, individuals, sellers that have done well for themselves and are just happy to share their successes with you. So that'd be my other words of wisdom.
That's perfect.
Your turn, Cordelia.
Okay. I would say reach out and connect with other people, because for me, like, just looking at numbers and stuff, it doesn't excite me and motivate me. Yeah. And I think that whether you join Scanner Monkey or not, wherever you are, just reach out to people and learn about what they're doing and get connected with people. That will help you in whatever, and do it without an intent of receiving something in return.
That's awesome. That's so good.
I read a really good book a long time ago called Net Weaving. And it's like about how networking isn't, a lot of times networking are like, well, this is what I do. What do you do? How can I do this? You should buy from them and they should buy, it's like this connecting of sales situations. But truly good networking is net weaving, which is where you say, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What are your points of pain, and how can I help? And I can honestly say that the opportunities I have at my disposal right now, I never would have if I hadn't have done that, and if I hadn't continued doing that.
That's absolutely. I mean, our group was founded on reciprocity. You put you help each other out, again, with no intention of getting something in return, or no expectation of getting something in return, but it just happens. karma, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you do good things. I tell this to my son all the time. You do good things happen to you. I've always been a big believer in, again, whatever you want to call it, whatever spirituality or religion or whatever you are part of, but it's karma. It's there. You do good things happen. You help people, you will get the help that you need. And there's just so many helpful people in our group that are just willing to help out all the other members. I got to tell you, sometimes it almost gets a little frustrating for me because, like, I want to lend as much value as I possibly can. When I check the Facebook group, I want to answer questions too. I want to help people out. And by the time I get to the post, there's like 90 other people that have already jumped on and given them 90 different solutions or whatever, and it's like, I was too late, and I was going to say that, so it's we do help each other out a great deal. And sometimes it's like, somebody posts something, oh, they posted this a minute ago, I can jump in there and answer what they wanted to. It almost becomes like a challenge, it's like, who can help you the most? And we should have a contest, and that's something we do as well. We did a lot of contests in the group. Fun contests. We had one where we wrote a FBA theme song, and the young lady that won actually has her own Facebook group, and that's Kristen Ostrander.
She just runs Mommy Income. But yeah, and we had like pay it forward day where all we did is we had pay it forward day, and we just we gave away free coaching, and then we had members give free coaching away to other free member. And our whole thing was, if you get the coaching or whatever it is, you go out and do it for other people. And we ended up, we didn't
offer
really
up a service or product,
but there were hundreds of free coaching hours given away from Pay It Forward Day from Scanner Monkey members.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you guys, the Academy, this has obviously been fun. It's been an amazing time, and there's so much value to this group. If you guys want to learn more about, see what these guys are about, more than what they just told you, go to www.theonlineempireacademy.com/scannermonkey. Super simple, super easy, just our website with Scanner Monkey at the end of it, and that will direct you directly to their page. So you guys, again, thank you so much for being on. It was so much fun. I seriously had a blast with you guys.
Sorry we didn't let you talk too much.
Nice to meet you, Josh.
Absolutely. You guys made my life easy. All right.
Well, why don't you come hang out with us tonight? We're going to do our Zoomcast tonight at 9 o'clock, and it's just going to be me and Cordelia, which is rare, actually, for us. Usually we interview somebody else, but tonight I'll be interviewing Cordelia because she is like the Bayne and is going to talk about bundling products on Amazon. So come hang out with us tonight. We were on your show. You got to come hang out on our show. 9 o'clock Thursday night tonight, Eastern Standard Time.
6 o'clock Pacific every week.
Every week.
Love it. So good. Well, thank you guys for being on. Thank you
Thanks, Josh,
for being a part of our community. I appreciate it. Until next time, Empire. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.